Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a little hair tutorial for you guys. It's called the butterfly braid, and it was kind of popular like a year ago, like kind of like 2017ish, but I kind of just discovered it on Instagram the other day, and I really wanted to give it a try and show you guys. In the beginning, when I first started out, I struggled a little bit because the hair that I used was extremely long and it got really tangled. But I think in the end, I kind of pulled it together. I think it's a really cute look. It kind of gives me like a mermaid goddessy type look. So anyways, oh, it's already coming apart. Okay, so we're just gonna hurry up with this intro. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will try to get back to you guys. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to do so, and follow me on Instagram at only1jess_. And without further ado, let's get on into the video. Alright, so this is my starting point. I'm starting off on stretched hair. It's not blow dried, it's just kind of stretched out a little bit. Most of the tutorials I saw, they started off on like either flat ironed hair or relaxed hair, but I'm starting off with some stretched, thick, natural hair. But I promise this tutorial will be very beginner friendly because I was a beginner and I made it through, so I know you can too. So the first thing I'm going to do is give myself a side part, and my part is going to go starting from the side front to my hair down to the back middle part of my hair. So y'all don't even try to roast me, but I could not see the back part of my hair. So this is the part, what the part ended up looking like, but it's okay. So anyways, I'm going to part off like a little triangular piece in the front of my hair. That's where we're going to be adding in the braiding hair later on. And what I love about this hairstyle for some of these tutorials, it's not necessarily a feed-in braid. It kind of gives you the feed-in effect without having to do the feed-in braid, which I just cannot master. So don't worry if you don't know how to feed-in braid, you can still do this hairstyle and it'll still come out just fine. So what I'm doing now, I'm just spritzing my hair with water so that I'm not working on dry hair. And I'm going to be using this curling custard as like my base for a gel, because I couldn't find any other great gels at the time. So I'm just going to be using this and then brushing it in with my Denman brush to give my hair a soft hold. Just for a little bit of extra strength, I'm going to go in with my handy dandy gorilla's knot and just go over that and then brush it in with my Denman brush again for just a little bit of a stronger hold. Alright, so now I'm just going to begin braiding, and like I said, my hair is extremely thick and very natural, so braiding is definitely, it's a struggle for me these days because my hair is it seems like it's getting thicker. But if you don't know how to braid, you can also do a flat twist, but you have to make sure your flat twist is extremely flat so that the braid you put over it doesn't look too thick and chunky. Alright, so this is my first braid, and it's definitely a struggle doogie braid, but it does not matter because it's going to be covered. That's why it doesn't really matter for this tutorial if you know how to braid or not, because all that imperfections are going to be covered. So I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side, create a little triangular space in the front for the extra hair to be added onto, and then braid my hair down. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow. No matter how far. If I the best part. Alright, so I'm all done, and this is what my two struggle braids look like. You want to make sure that back braid comes over to the braid in the front. So now I'm just going to quickly do up my edges so that it looks like some sense, and then I'm going to wrap it with my satin scarf and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to go on to adding in the hair. I'm using 2 packs of Expression Canacolon, girl, I don't know. I'm using it in the color 350. Now look, when I went to the store to buy this hair, at the time it looked like it was the right color, but it wasn't. So we're just going to look past the fact that it's a lot brighter than what my real hair color is. So if your hair is black, you go ahead and get your number 2 or your number 1. But if your hair is red, good luck finding the right red to fit your hair. Anyways, okay, so you just want to kind of go and taper the ends a little bit so the ends aren't too uniform and too blocky. So just go ahead and pull at the ends. So now for the top, I'm just going to add in some more Gorilla Knot to make it nice and smooth. And then just proceed to adding the hair in. So I'm just attaching the Kanakalan hair to my real hair at the very top. And then the rest of the hair, I'm just braiding the hair as normal. I'm not adding it to anything as of yet. Just go ahead and braid the hair down by itself. I hope that made sense. So this is what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. You're kind of going to see me struggling with how getting the hair tangled because it is extremely, extremely long. Expression's hair is extremely long. So if you're going to get this brand of hair, just make sure you detangle it first and it'll make it a lot easier. So another thing I want to mention really quickly is when you're braiding the hair down, make sure you're doing a very loose braid because you're going to end up pulling it apart anyways to make it looser. And the looser you make the braid, the easier it is to pull it apart and make it fluffy. So the fluffiness of this braid is what makes it give it that butterfly effect. So you want to make sure you make it very loose. And if you make it loose enough, it can definitely cover the braid that you have underneath. So you don't want to make it tight and skinny because then the braid of your natural hair is going to show when you overlap it. So just go ahead and pull and tug on this hair like crazy and make it as loose as you possibly can. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm just going to place the braid over my hair just to make the placement correct and make sure that it's loose enough to see if I don't have to loosen it anymore. And for this, it looks like I did a pretty decent job in that it'll do. So I'm just like, checking it out. Okay, it looks good. So the next thing I'm going to do is use these bobby pins that I got from the hair store just to stick the braid onto my natural hair. So a lot of people, they would sew this part up, but I just, didn't really feel like it was necessary. So I feel like the pins work just fine. If you're going to use this hairstyle for a long time, you can go ahead and sew it down for extra security. But I think the bobby pins did just fine because I definitely took this hairstyle out the same exact day. I'm not even going to lie to you. So anyways, just go ahead and pin it down. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so now I am going to use a needle and thread so that I can tie together those two braids in the back. So I want to kind of sandwich them together and also hide the braids of my natural hair as you can see them back there. So I'm just going to pull the needle and thread through both braids and kind of just sandwich them together nice and tightly so that they don't come apart and so that my real braids of my real hair don't kind of like peek through. Alright, so now that that's done, I have the two braids sitting on the bottom. You can leave them as two braids, but I just simply just twisted them around each other just to give it a different type of look. I don't know what that is. It's like a braid twist type deal thing going on, but I just kind of like the way it looks, so I went ahead and did that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and clip off any flyaways if I see any. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and jazz up the hairstyle. You can skip this step if you want to leave it plain like that, but I felt like it was missing something and I can make it a lot better. So I'm just using these gold strings and I'm just gonna make some little crisscross effects out of it, and then I'm gonna put some gold jewels at the end also, just, you know, make it real cute, make it real jazzy. And then really that is all I'm gonna do for this hairstyle. I really hope that I explained it well for any beginners who are trying to do this. I'm a beginner also, so you know it wasn't perfect, but it definitely could get you through a nice cute event or a wedding or something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!